Maybe I'm just way off base. But this, I think Cronbin is her project, though.
Okay.
Which actually makes sense to me. Yeah, I don't know why I thought they were married. I misinterpreted one of her posts.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm just gonna scoot our mats back just a little bit. Yay. All right, cool. Looks like we have some people logging on. Good morning. We're still kind of waking up. So we're thinking about doing like a little yin, a little yang. Start with some yang and on some yin.
Yes.
Oh, is that what we're doing?
Well, I don't know, babe. I'm just giving the people some
Yanged up.
Some ideas, you know. That's you. What do you got? What do you got in mind, babe?
Today's capoeira.
That's it.
Yeah.
On the mat.
That's all we're doing. Beth says, "Fuck yes, roll out my guts." Hi, Steph. Good morning. Yes, Stephanie. I knew this was kind of a little poorly planned, but that's my style nowadays. I was like, God, I hope 40 minutes is enough time for people to come to class.
Short notice.
Short notice class, even if it's just us. Oh yeah, I should probably put on like, I'm listening to a radio station and I really like it. Let's see. How do I share it? All right. So my plan is to just do some twists and some flows and things that make you feel good. Kamar and I were very indulgent yesterday, so we just want to feel good today.
I'm sure that was just us alone, babe.
Yeah, it was just us. Nobody else did what we
did. Went extra hard last night. Shame on us.
I am literally constructed of puff pastry right now. So
flaky and buttery.
Yes. I'm flaky and buttery and filled with apples and pecans. So we'll get started in a couple minutes. If you have props you want to use, like blocks and a strap, or as Kamar just said, 2 Glocks and a strap.
Tracy thought it was fun.
I enjoyed it a lot. All right. Phones on. Do not disturb. Do you feel like you're trying to open your eyes right now? Because that's what I'm trying to do. Ooh. Yeah. I think we're going to have another lazy day today, folks. But look at you. You showed up here today. That's a big deal. All right. Let's get going, shall we? Let me turn up the little brightness on here so I can see what we actually look like. Yay! All right. So let's get started standing at the top of our mat. I have no idea how long we're going to go for today. I'm just going to go purely on intuition and gut feelings.
Guts.
Literally gut feelings. Now have you just relax your arms by your side, and I want you to look down at your feet and kind of rock from heel to toe a couple times. And as you rock back onto your heels, try to pick up your toes, splay them out, and return them back to the ground. Then I want you to feel yourself root into all four corners of the feet. So grip with the toes. Try to lengthen your tailbone down. Let that turn on your quads a little bit. Soften the shoulders down your back, even if you need to do that with a couple of shoulder rolls. Maybe your head and neck need to move a little bit. And then we'll keep the shoulder blades plugged down. Let's reach our arms up to the sky. And then fold forwards, hinging from your hips. And let everything hang in this fold. So feel the hamstrings open a bit. If you want to rock a little bit side to side, you can make that happen too. Now let's work into a halfway lift. Walk your hands up onto your shin bones or thighs. And try to lengthen out, reach your sit bones behind you. This should almost feel like a deadlift so that you can get even more stretch into the hamstrings and then fold forwards. Good, let's rise all the way up to standing again. Can you rise with a flat back? Big inhale. Exhale, arms by side body. We're gonna just do these static sun A's a couple more times. Inhale, reach back up. Exhale, fold forwards, hinging from your hips. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Good, flat back, rise all the way up to standing. Exhale, arms by side body. Inhale, reach the arms up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. This is making my sinuses drain. Halfway lift, lengthen out. And with your exhale, forward fold. Nice. Let's start some of our twisting process, this time with an open twist. Left hand to the ground, reach your right arm up to the sky. If you need, you can put a block underneath your left hand. Bend into your left knee, but try to keep your right leg nice and long here. Good, let's do the other side. Right hand down, left arm reaches up. You can take a soft bend into the right knee to help with this rotation. Ooh, I even feel this stretch into my forearm. Let's take the left hand back down to the ground and we'll step ourselves back to a high plank for just a hot second. And right away, we'll lower both of our knees down to the ground for cat-cows. Reach your heart space forward, breath in. Exhale, round, contract. Good, reach the heart forwards, inhale. Exhales, round and contract. Now keep going through these cat-cows, and if there's any other pathways of movement that you want to take, you want to shift your hip side to side, rock a little bit, maybe take some barrel rolls through the spine, through the chest, you can do that. Ooh. We've got 10 more seconds here. You can even stretch out your forearms, turning the fingertips back towards the knees. And you can cat-cow with that arm position too. Good. Wherever you are, let's move back into a neutral position. We'll go a little more intense with twists. Reach your right arm up towards the sky. And with your exhale, thread your needle. Right arm goes underneath the body, shoulder and ear comes down to the ground. Now your left hand can stay in front of your face. It can extend towards the front of your space. If you're wondering about taking a balance today, left leg can extend back behind you. And you can keep the toe tucked like this, or you can float the entire leg up off the ground, feeling a squeeze into the butt cheek. And if you fall over to your right hand side, it's okay. Nice. If you're lifted, take it all back to the ground and push yourself back up into tabletop position. Now let's extend our right leg straight out to the right hand side. I know we've been using this move a lot in our classes, so it should feel pretty familiar. We'll rock back and forwards to open up the inner thigh. And it rhymes with thigh. Her name is Pie. Hi, baby. And Pie got hella thighs, as you can see in the camera. Okay, let's take the right leg back behind us and lower the knee back down to the ground. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. Left arm reaches up and we'll thread our needle. Left arm goes underneath, drop the shoulder, drop the ear. And same thing, extending the right arm forward in front of you if you did that. Maybe you extended the right leg back. Maybe you floated the right leg up. Feeling some contraction into those glutes and hamstrings. Good morning. All right, let's lower the knee down. Take the right hand back in front of you. Push yourself back up to tabletop position. And we'll extend our left leg out to the left-hand side. And we'll take our little shifts back and forwards. Yeah. Hey there, thigh. How's it going? Yeah. Moaning, groaning, all of the sounds. Now let's take the left leg back behind us so that we're in a tabletop position. We'll tuck our toes and we'll float our knees an inch up off of the earth. And when I say inch, I actually mean a couple of inches.
It's like 3 to 6.
Right? Now in this floating tabletop position, I want you to roll over to the left edge of your left foot, inside edge of your right foot. I'm having a hard time describing things today. And then take it back to center. Do the same thing on the other side. So I just want you to kind of wake up the obliques a little bit here. We've got 10 more seconds of these floating tabletop rainbows. Ooh. Last 5, 4, 3, nice, 2, and 1. Back to center, downward facing dog. Lift your hips up and back.
Wow.
Yeah, and hang out there. Oh, great. We've got like 9-10 people in here.
Hello, people.
Hello, people. How's your fucking morning?
Everything's tight.
Everything's tight?
Wow.
What'd you do? Fight a turkey yesterday?
I think I did. Yeah.
Yeah. We didn't even eat turkey.
Yeah,
Yeah, we did chickens. All right, now let's hold in this downward facing dog. So static down dog position here. If you need to create a soft bend into your knees so that you can elevate the sit bones higher to the sky, then make that happen. Try to squeeze the rib cage together, stabilize into your shoulders. Good, take another breath in and a breath out. Now lift up your heels high, inhale. Exhale, compress back towards your thighs. Good, hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Nice flow, boo. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up to standing. Sweep your arms up to sky. And with your exhale, take your arms by your side body. Inhale, find chair pose. Bend into your knees, reaching the arms towards the upper hand corner. Exhale, let's open into a twist. Right arm reaches behind you. Left arm reaches to the front of your space. Now notice if your hips open with you, try to close them back up. Inhale, reach both of the arms back forwards. Exhale, open to the left-hand side. Yeah. Stay for your breath in. Stay for your breath out. Inhale, back up into chair. Exhale, forward fold, take it down. Halfway lift, lengthen out. And with your exhale, plant and step back to a high plank position. Good. Let's shift forwards. Bend the elbows to 90 degrees. Chaturanga, knees can be on the ground. Low cobra or bhujangasana, or upward facing dog, I mean. Hi, I'm having a hard time today. Exhale, downward facing dog, lift your hips up and back. Okay, we're gonna do that 2 more times. But first, let's take 2 more big breaths here in our downward facing dog. All right, folks, lift up your heels nice and high. Bend your knees deep, look forward, travel to the top of your mat. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Rise all the way up to standing. And with your exhale, take your arms by side body. Inhale, chair pose. With your exhale, open twist to the right. Good. Inhale, back up. Open chair to the left. Nice. Inhale, back up. Exhale, forward fold. Good. Halfway lift, lengthen. With your exhale, chaturanga, with options for those entry points. You can work from a crow pose to get into your chata. If you're not feeling open enough for that yet, no worries, no stress. Downward facing dog. Good. 3 breaths here. All right, lift up your heels high, bend your knees deep, look forward. Travel to the top of your mat. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Rise up to standing. And with your exhale, arms by side body. Good. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Chair pose. This time with your exhale, we go into a prayer twist. Left elbow is going to come to the outside of your right thigh. So it's a deeper, more compressive twist. If this is too much, you can always stick with the open arm variation. Yeah? Try to think about your belly lifting up and off of your thigh. There we go. 1 more inhale. And 1 more exhale. Good, let's take it to center and do that same twist on the other side. Right elbow onto the left thigh. Hey, pie. Speaking of thighs, making the rounds. All right, breath in and breath out. Now let's take it back to center, reach the arms, and then fold forwards. Take that tension out of the thighs. Halfway lift, lengthen. Again, chaturanga, however you want to get into that. Hopping back, stepping back, not doing it. Working through your crow, upward facing dog, or your bhujangasana. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift the hips up to the sky. Nice work, y'all. Right leg is going to lift back behind you. Knee towards your nose. Step through into a low lunge. If the foot doesn't make it underneath you, you can always grab it and move it there. We're going to go into warrior 1. Pivot the left heel down and reach your arms up to the sky. Now, in warrior 1, there's a lot of things to think about. I'm having a hard time breathing today.
Got it.
You want to square your shoulders towards the front of your space and lock the entire back foot onto the ground. Cracking some doors. Take an inhale breath here. And with your exhale, take your hands down to the ground. You can deepen your stance and step back through Ekapada. Upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Nice. Let's do the other side. Left leg lifts. And pull the knee towards your nose. Step through low lunge. Entire right foot onto the ground. Virabhadrasana 1, arms come up to the sky. Now pause. Think about the tailbone working underneath you and engage this back glute. Commit into the bend in the front knee. Square the shoulders forward. 1 more inhale. Exhale, take the hands down to the ground and work your way through chaturanga. You can go Ekapada, Urva, and Ardha. Good. Breaths in, folks. breaths out. One more round like that. Let's go right leg up to the sky. This time we'll open up our hip and bend into our knee. Get some space into the hip socket. Square off the hip, lengthen the leg out behind you. Knee to nose, let's step through low lunge. Inhale, rise into warrior one again. This time with your exhale, take your arms behind you, interlace the fingers. Press the palms together, lift up the chest, big inhale. Exhale, humble your warrior. Take your shoulder down towards the knee. It doesn't have to touch. Let's bring ourselves all the way back up. Warrior one, releasing the hands. Hands come down to the ground, deepen the stance. Extend right leg behind you, high to mid. Upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Straighten to the other side. Left leg lifts. Hip opens, bend into the knee. Good. Square off your leg, elongate. Knee to nose, step through low lunge. Shorten up the stance, adjust the foot, rise into your warrior one. Take the hands behind you, clasp them together, press the palms. Elongate the arms, lift your chest. Warrior one, humbled. Left shoulder wants to go down towards your knee. I want you to relax the head and neck. Try to look back towards your right heel. Nice, let's take it back up into our warrior one. Maintain the bend into your front knee, arms reach up. Good, take it down to the ground, deepen your stance. Grab the cat. Upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Holding for 3 breaths. All right, listen to the last little changes on this sun B. Right leg is going to lift up. Open up your hip, bend into your knee. Good. Take your right knee and tap it towards your right tricep. Inhale, lift your right leg back up. Exhale, take the right knee over to your left tricep. Extend the leg out to the side. Reach your left arm up to the sky. Fall in triangle. Return your left hand back down. Square off on the foot. Right leg lifts up. Knee to nose. Big step through low lunge. Rise up into your warrior one. Take the arms behind you. Now, once you clasp your hands, we're not going down into humble. We're going to go into a shape called toppling tree. So I want you to pick up off your back foot, pick up the left leg. So we're balancing like we're in a warrior three. And I want you to start to work down towards your right foot. Once you got no more space in you, take the hands down to the ground for a standing split. Now you can stay hanging out in the standing split. If you want to start to get some more twist and rotation, you can take your Shiva squat. So left knee taps the right calf and lifts back up to the sky. You can also do this with no hands on the ground. You can even do this in a twisted position. So left elbow onto the right thigh. Last 3. Last 2. And last 1. Step your left foot to the back of your space and move through your high to mid. Upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Nice. Yeah, let's go into that left side. Left leg lifts up. Ooh, kitty through the car wash. Open up the hip. We'll go left knee to left tricep. Inhale, lift left leg high. Left knee to right tricep. It's going to stay there. You're going to kick out the leg. Fall in triangle. Lift up your hips. Nice. Return the hand down. Left leg back up to sky. Knee to nose. Step through low lunge. Up into our warrior one. Hands come behind us. And we work into our toppling tree. Peel the back heel up off of the earth. Take off like you're working through VR3. and start to take the chest lower. When you got no more space to go, hands come down to the ground, standing split. Now you can hang out in standing split, hang out and suffer a while, or you can take your knee taps to calves. You can do that with hands on the ground, without hands on the ground, or in a twisted position. So right elbow onto the left thigh while still looking down at the ground in front of you. Last 3. Last 2. Oh, my ass. Last 1. Big step to the back of our mat, hands down. Ekapada. Downward facing dog. And a child's pose. Knees to the mat, big toes touch. Or just sitting onto your heels. If you feel a little dizzy, babe. A little yucky.
You know that blood pumping?
Oh, I know, right? Good morning. Always so amazed that time flies like that.
All right.
Okay, so we'll meet in this seated position with the knees open wide, but I want you to lean forward, tuck your toes, and then sit the hips back towards the heel so you're in this garland pose.
What do you call this?
Garland. I've heard it called a couple different things.
Judy Garland?
Like Judy Garland. So again, you're just kind of balancing on these little feetsies right here. Now you can really reach the arms forward in front of you and take these big stretches. If you feel like playing with your balance today, you can walk up and take the hands onto the thighs. So it's like this really gorgeous goddess shape.
I'm a gorgeous goddess.
Babe, you're a gorgeous goddess. And don't let anybody tell you different, okay? All right, folks, take your hands right down to the ground in front of you if they aren't already. I want you to lift up your seats, hop open into your Malasana squat. Elbows into the inner thighs. Try to press, get open, get long, get tall.
Don't laugh at my funny sounds.
I never do. The fronts of my ankles and my shin bones are tired from this already.
Oh yeah?
I don't know how. All right, so back into some open twist options here. Right arm can work down, left arm can work up. Open twists are really great if you have some contraindications like being pregnant or just not having spines that want to do deep rotations. This is a great way for you to still benefit. Kumar's going for a full bind. That's also always available to you. All right, let's do this on the other side. Hands back through heart center. Left arm down, right arm high, or bound, or whatever you want.
Babe, can you show them the standing bound variation?
Standing bound variation?
Yeah.
Like this?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
You got it. Yes. Look at her go.
Yeah, it's weird, but we are weird.
I don't know what it's called, but it's a good one.
It's really great.
Here goes your shoulder and your hip and everything.
Let's take our hands down to the ground. We'll lift up our hips. We'll go into a forward fold. Show me a little halfway lift. And with your exhale, fold. Now let's rise all the way up towards a standing position. And we'll take the arms by our side body. Cool. Now let's pick up our right leg. We're in this single-legged standing position. And we'll hold on to the front of the right shin bone and try to pick it up as high as we possibly can. Whoa. Wow, balance is so hard for me today. Ooh. Good. Now, listen up here. I want you to let go of your leg. Find a little bend into your standing leg. We're going to take a big step to the top of our mat into a lunging position and then back up into a single-legged on the opposite side. So big step, bend, lift up, single-legged on the other side. You okay there, babe?
Apparently not.
Okay. And then we'll extend this left leg behind us. We're in a Virabhadrasana 3 or an airplane shape. So arms can extend back behind you. If you wanted to take your full warrior 3, since we are kind of getting ready for those, arms can reach towards the front of the space. Now let's bend our standing leg and take a big step to the top, or to the back, I mean. Arms reach up to the ceiling. You're in your high crescent lunge. Press straight through the right leg, open up to your left-hand side. Nice. Now feet are in parallel or a little bit turned inwards. Wide-legged fold. Let's take it down to the mat. Now you can take some movement here, bending the knees side to side. You can work really deep into some Skandasana shapes. I want you to do what feels comfortable. And then we'll meet in this static wide-legged fold and we'll spend 3 breaths here. And you just get to hang out, or you're just staring at our butts. Who knows? One more breath in here. One more out. Let's elevate our way up, all the way back up to standing. And we'll go into warrior 2. Right leg is going to adjust and come into a bend. Arms reaching to the front and the back. Now let's lengthen our right leg out. Reverse Trikonasana, open up the side body. And we'll come down into Trikonasana triangle pose. Right arm down, left arm high, stay. Try to feel the top of your hip wrap back behind you. Good, bring yourself all the way back up. Take a soften into your right knee. Heel toe the left foot a little bit closer. And then re-elongate your right leg. Now turn your chest square to the front. We're going to go into revolve triangle pose. Left arm down, right arm goes high. Parivrtta Trikonasana. Super, super tricky, super strange. Can be uncomfortable. Is uncomfortable. Good, let's take our right hand back down to the ground. Square off on your back leg. Extend the right leg behind you, Ekapada, with variations involved. So because this left leg is shortened up, you can take it into chin stand variations. Up dogs and downward facing dogs. Now let's work back to the back of our mat. You can walk your hands there. Nice, Kumar. We'll take ourselves all the way up to standing. Arms down by side body. We'll do the same thing on the other side, and then everything else is grounded. Left leg lifts up in front of us. Hold on to the front of the shin bone if possible.
Wow.
Babe, what's up with the balance today?
Mercury's in retrograde?
Shit. Mercury's in reggaeton or something. All right, folks. Now let's release this left leg. Again, you're going to take that big step to the front through a lunge and then up into a single-legged on the other side. Here we go. Good. Right leg up, 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 nice and high.
Did that time.
You did, babe. Now, let's release this right leg behind us and come into our warrior 3. You can start off with the arms behind you. You can reach the arms forward. Gosh. Last 3. Last 2. Woo. And 1. Big step to the back of your mat. Rise up into your high crescent. Nice. Press long through the left leg. Pivot yourself over to your right hand side. And we'll take that same wide-legged variation, turning the toes in and forward folds. Now again, all the options are available here for you, bending, working side to side. Maybe you went really deep for some skandasanas. Or you can just hang out right in center, and that's where we'll be for a couple breaths. All right, my darlings, let's bring ourselves all the way back up towards standing. It's those yoga drugs that your parents told you about.
Don't do yoga, just
Don't do yoga. It's basically Satanism. Okay, left toes are going to turn to the front of our space. We'll bend into our knee, go into our warrior two. Arms reaching to the front and back of the space. Nice. Now let's lengthen through our left leg, reverse Trikonasana, left arm all the way up and back. And then Trikonasana triangle pose, left arm down, right arm high. Big inner thigh stretch, big upper right hip, low back area stretch. Good, let's take ourselves back up to warrior two. And we'll shorten up our stance by heel toeing in this right foot. I do it a few times because revolve triangle is really hard. You'll elongate your left leg, turn the torso towards that foot, right arm down, left arm high. Again, hand can always be on a block, be on something. Last three. Good, return your left hand down to the ground. Square up off of your back leg, and let's plan our escape from here. Three-legged dog, however you want to go through it. Babe, chin stand was like, no thank you.
Yeah.
All right, once you're in downward facing dog, take your knees down to the ground. Woo, grab a little bit of water. Again, everything from here on out is on the ground.
Supine?
Some of it will be supine. Some will be crown. Some will be pie. But there's only one pie. All right. So we're going to do a really big side body stretch and roll into some fun shapes. So I want you to come forward almost like you're going into a high plank, but keeping your knees on the ground. And you'll bump over to your left hip right away. Left hand is going to find the center of the mat right underneath your shoulder. And I want you to press the left arm all the way straight. And I want you to notice if this right hip is falling back behind you, you're not going to receive the side body stretch if that's happening. Try to roll the hip forwards, and if it's difficult on the shoulder, then just scoot yourself down or move the arm forwards. How you doing back there, merman?
I'm good.
This is our shape. All right, now let's take your right hand onto the ground, kind of in front of you here. Your legs are going to split. Right leg is going to reach out to the right hand side. Bend into the elbows. Push yourself back into that shape we originally were working in our tabletop position. Option here to sit back really deep, hips onto the heel or to the inside of the heel. Now, I'm not going to be a stickler about your right foot on the ground. You can always flex the right foot up to the sky. So you're in this like half hero straddling shape.
Not getting inside that hip today.
Yeah? Where are you feeling it, love?
The passive knee flexion.
Oh, the passive knee flexion.
Trying to elongate these tendons.
Yes. All right, let's take it back forward so that Kamar's knee doesn't implode. And then your right foot is just gonna keep going forwards so that you're in this big, wide lunge shape. Yeah, the wide lunge. We're gonna stay here for a couple moments in this lunge. You can stay on your hands, you can go down to your forearms. If your knee's angry, you can always pick up the knee by tucking the toes or settling the knee down onto a pillow or a cushion or a towel of some sort. You can also wing out to the outer edge of the foot. Again, we're going to be here for a good amount of time, ultimately ending in a little quad stretch. Oh, babe went for it.
Sorry. It was like this quad stretch?
She's like, this one, babe?
Oh, boy.
This shape is like, fuck your feelings shape.
Oh, my God. Yeah, man, that just lit me up.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
All right, well, let's kind of undo it a little bit by coming into a hamstring stretch. So just bring the hips back over the left knee and elongate the right leg, flexing the foot. Yes, it is still off to the side. And if you want to have some more fun with that, then you can windshield wipe the right foot. You can even walk the hands over to the left-hand side to get a side body stretch. Great, and we'll walk it back to center. Shift forward, step back, downward facing dog. Good, let's do that on the other side. Coming forward, lower into the knees. Shift over onto your right hip. Now it always takes me a good while to kind of get set up for this mermaid stretch. So again, you want to make sure your hips are shifting forwards, not sitting back. It's a lot of work here for your shoulder too, because you really want to make sure you don't have your shoulder earrings on. You want to really push away from the mat.
What's your favorite song from Little Mermaid?
From Little Mermaid? Oh, it has to be the one where she's with all of her little treasures.
Yeah. Look at this stuff.
Isn't it neat? Yeah. And all of her different names for him.
Oh, yeah. Thingamabobs? Whatchamacallits?
Yeah, thingamabobs, whatchamacallits. I can't remember the other words for them.
The Wonderful Seagull.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to go into that one interesting shape from here. So the leg is going to split apart. I'm just going to move away from Kamar's stuff here. Left hand comes on the ground. You kind of roll onto the thigh and then bend into the knee, working back. So kind of a dance-really transition there. And then any little amount that you're able to go back, whether that's sitting onto the knee, getting to the inside of the heel, and you can find flex left foot here, turning up to the sky. So it's kind of a half heroes, half straddle. How's your knees, babe?
It's good.
Good. Okay, folks, let's take you forwards and we'll go into our lunge. So big bend into the left knee. Again, if there's any upsetness in the kneecap, you can lift the knee up off of the ground and get some space there in the hip. You can work your way down to forearms. Outer edge of left foot. You can scream, you can holler. You can also bend into the right knee, reach back and get the quad. Ah! Wow, when's the last time we even did quad stretches? I don't even know. All right, letting that go. I'm just going off Kamar's time here.
I'm in.
And we'll elongate the left leg to get into a half split stretch with external rotation.
My goal today was to show up there. That was my intention.
Big, and you showed up. Like, this is showing up times a million. After this, it's zero responsibility.
Great.
It's leftovers. It's shows.
Mandalorian.
It's the Mandalorian. I hope you guys watched the Mandalorian. Okay, let's do our little windshield wipers. Good, and then toes pointing up, walk over to the right-hand side. Ooh. Hi, how do you feel about this stretch? No comment from her. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
All right, let's bend back into our left knee, and we'll do our very last downward facing dog. Push up and back. Spend 3 breaths here. And after that 3rd breath, however you want to get to the top of your mat and onto your seat, make it happen. Oh my gosh, so good. Okay, so we're gonna finalize our practice with some seated hip openers, and then we're down to our backs. Oh, the hair is down, so that just means we're not standing back up.
Seated hip openers.
Seated hip openers, yeah. So we're gonna start open, wide, and then slowly close it up. So we're gonna start with a straddle. So if you prefer to work to the side on your mat and your straddle, you can do that. So we'll walk our legs open. Your little tootsies pointing up to the sky. Sit bones wanting to hug down towards the earth. And any amount that you're able to walk forward, walk forward. Great, let's walk you up from your straddle position. And then we'll do a side body stretch in your straddle. Since we've already done so much side body work, hopefully this will feel pretty great. Left arm will go up and over, so you'll go to your right hand side first. Now the right arm can come to the inside of your leg onto the forearm. You can be on your hand, just depends on your range here. If you're able to grab for the foot and remain open, maybe you flex and try to lift that heel up off of the earth. Nice, let's take it up and do this on the other side. Right arm goes up and over to your left. Again, just moving progressively is the best way to do things. Nice, and let's bring ourselves all the way back up. Ooh, whoa. Fingertips underneath your knee pits. Close the legs in. Bring the soles of the feet together, knees wide, Baddha Konasana. Yay, Baddha Konasana, I like this one. And we'll go forwards again, getting this little opening into the hips. Again, tap back into your breaths. Big inhales, big exhales. Because our next shape is going to be probably the most stressful one for the hips. We'll be doing fire log or double pigeon. Okay, let's bring it up. And here's how we'll get into our double pigeon. We'll start with the right leg on top. So pull the left leg in front of you till it's a 90-degree angle. Place the right ankle on top of your left knee. And I like to kind of walk my seat forwards in front of me. Now my body is not ready for this shape in any way. If that's you, you can also put a block. Kamara's like open, wow. You can always put a block between the knee and the foot. You can also prop up this left knee and then double prop underneath here. So
I also did this for like 5 minutes before we started class today.
yeah. So Kamar was ready before we were. Oof. Yeah, I feel like double pigeon is like my ultimate nemesis. We'll spend 5 more breaths here. Mm-hmm. And after that 5th breath, let's walk ourselves back up. Ooh. We'll untangle these jangles. God. And we'll go right leg on the bottom, left leg on top now. Oh, wow. Hi, you're way more open than the other side.
Yeah, what happened to you last night?
Babe, I don't know.
Were you fighting them turkeys too?
I was fighting turkeys. Ooh, yeah. We're still going to do a little block thing here.
Oh.
We like to teach accurate representations of yoga, so I don't like to pretend like I'm unaffected by these shapes.
Oh my God, no.
Nothing's more alarming than somebody doing this and teaching it to me with 0 issues on their face.
Where is your hip?
Yeah. And we got 5 more breaths here. All right, let's walk you up. You survived the double pigeon games. We'll untangle the leggies. Woo! We'll scoot ourselves to face the front of our mat, and we'll windshield wipe the legs a little bit. Nice. And then let's roll ourselves down onto our backs and extend the legs up to the sky. Give me some little helicopter ankles. Circle them out, circle them out. Nice. And you can stay right here in this legs up the wall pose. You can take this with a block underneath your low spine for a modified version, like so. Or you can pike your hips up and support the low spine in a shoulder stand variation. You ready, babe?
We going up?
Yeah, we're going up.
Good.
Nice. Yes. So with that variation with your hands supporting the low back, you want to walk the arms in so that your triceps are pushing into the ground and supporting you. This is also an interesting position to discover that you have to pee. All right, if you have plow pose in your practice and want to work the feet up above your head, you can do that.
Oh, so tight. It's good.
Ooh, yeah, back on fire, babe.
Yeah.
All right, let's take ourselves down from here so you can go back up into your shoulder stand and then slowly lower down, or you can pike your way down. And then we'll finish off with our last shape, fish, a counter shape to the plow pose. So legs go long in front of you, arms by side, body thumbs are gonna hook underneath your butt cheeks. Walk your forearms in nice and close underneath you. Push into the forearms, lift up the shoulders, let the head fall back. And you want to bring the top of your head onto the ground. Minimal weight is on this head though. Most of your weight is pushing into the hands and forearms. Now, if you do feel like you want a more advanced variation, then you can reach through the arms. You can bend through the legs and extend through the legs. For 3, for 2, nice, and 1. Unfold this shape, taking your hands down by your side, and any little wiggles and movements you want to take here, please take them. So I want you to intuitively ask yourself what you need, whether that's a twist, maybe it's some happy baby work. There you go. Yes, Pi. And once you finish both sides of whatever you got going on, I'll have you work your way all the way down to your mat into our final shape, Shavasana. And I want to see if we can do Shavasana here today in silence. I know that meditation is very elusive. The brain feels busy or the body feels busy. And the intention is not to be without thought, but to become an observer of your thoughts. So as those thoughts pass by, just focus on allowing your body to sink into the ground underneath you and the breaths to find a natural pattern in and out. All right, my darlings, take a deeper breath here. And start to bring some movement back into your body. Maybe it looks like rocking off to one side, screaming like my cat. And push yourself up to a seat. Take your hands to heart center, Anjali Mudra. Take your thumbs to your third eye center and know that I'm incredibly grateful to guide you all today. Incredibly grateful that I was joined by Kumar. I love you all so much. Thank you. And namaste.
Namaste.
Amazing job, everyone. Thanks for joining us this morning. Really grateful for you all.
Very surprised people came.
Mara's surprised that people came. So great job surprising him.
We did it.
We did it. Now I'm hungry again. Oh, thanks, Stephanie. It was great seeing you. Yay, Angela. Angela and husband joined for his first yoga class. Yes.
That's good.
Oh, that makes me so happy.
And Rebecca TV.
Thanks, Rebecca. Oh, thanks, Ashley. I miss y'all. Thanks, Beth. We love you all so much. What should we eat?
All of it, because we have a lot of food. I was going to eat tamales.
Oh, with tamales. That would be good.
Mm-hmm. And then I'm going to eat everything else.
Yeah. And then we're going to put our living room back together.
Probably going to do that first.
We'll do that first. I hope you all have a beautiful day. I hope you get to rest, chill, restore, renew yourself. So important. And I will see you all on Monday, 9:30 for our Back to Basics flow. And we'll be back on our bullshit for Wednesday night drills and conditioning at an earlier time. So I'll post all that up and I'll see you next time. Thanks again. Bye.